Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today we will be checking out Vromia or something like that. This is the prologue to it, so let's just dive straight in. History of the Damned. John Wayne Gacy.
John Wayne Gacy was an extroverted construction worker who was interested in politics and even worked as a clown for birthday celebrations. He wasn't a clown. Gacy was arrested in 1978 when a 15-year-old kid, who was last seen with him, went missing. It was
I remember this. I remember hearing about this, sorry.
Boys pointed fingers at Gacy, but it was the first time officials took their concerns seriously. Soon after, authorities were permitted entry to the Gacy residence, where they smelled roughly 30 bodies buried in a 4-foot crawl space beneath his house. He was found guilty of 33 charges of murder, as well as rape and torture, and was killed by lethal injection in 1994.
Okay. Oh, we all know Ted Bundy. We all know what he did.
Ted Bundy relished the attention his killings brought him, and many people in the United States were ready to give him that attention. The western United States was his hunting zone, with an undetermined number of killings, usually of college-aged women, stacking up from Washington and Oregon all the way to Utah and Colorado. Bundy was captured and convicted of abduction in Colorado, but he escaped and moved to Florida, where he killed several times more. Bundy's ultimate arrest and its aftermath captivated the nation, as the alleged killer functioned as his own lawyer throughout what is thought to be the first televised murder trial, encouraged interviews, and boasted of the admirers he had made.
Jack.
We call him the Ripper, although we have no idea who was behind one of the oldest and most renowned murder sprees. In 1888,
Jack the Ripper?
the murderer emerged in London's Whitechapel neighborhood and murdered and mutilated 5 people, all prostitutes. The killer was thought to be a surgeon, butcher, or someone proficient with a scalpel, according to police. By mailing letters explaining the crimes, the killer insulted the community and the police. Despite the fact that several suspects have been named throughout the years, the killer has never been identified. The sole form of identification obtained by the police was from a letter labeled, "From Hell."
Huh. Intriguing. Jackson Spring. Jackson log number 1. I finally got a day off. The NPD needed extra help dealing with the ever-growing cases of theft in Nivarna, and since it's Christmas time, more and more people are stealing. Some prick even stole Jamie's bike, but the school doesn't have cameras. Looking at the bike racks, why? You'd think that'd be one of the places cameras would be. So it's just a lost cause. Me and Amanda will probably buy him a new one for Christmas. Anyways, the city of Nivarna has had rain for 16 days straight, which is good since California has been in a drought. Which is good since California has been in a drought for God knows how long. but today it finally stopped. So I decided to take a walk in the woods behind our house. I decided to take my camera to see if I could get a photo of some of the baby deer that live back there. Sadly, I didn't find Bambi, but I did find an abandoned house. I had one clue it was, I had no clue it was there. Strange. I decided to see what was inside. That was a bad idea. The second I stepped through the door, I got hit with the most foul stench. It was stomach curling. All of the rooms were empty and were covered in empty beer cans. Food wrappers. Food wrappers. Let me reread this goddamn sentence here. All of the rooms were empty and were covered in empty beer cans, food wrappers, and even condoms. Okay. Sick bastards. But then I found the statue? That's a little unsettling. Just a statue in a band. Okay. What the hell? A snake? What the hell does this say? What the fuck? I do not like this. Jesus? Was that Jesus? I'm gonna try to put that in reverse for you now. A statue of Jesus Christ. It was well carved out of marble with intricate details and texture. Sorry, I just passed up by accident. Whoever made this statue is an amazing sculptor. I give them that. But they are sick. When I walked up to the statue to take a closer look, this is what I found. And we're looking at an arm sticking out of the back of the statue. There were stitches along the underside of the arm. On the back side of the statue, there was also a note. It said, "The one who saw the lightning." I immediately call the police. I just can't get one day off. When the police arrived, they swept the area for info while me and my co-worker Carter called the fire department. When the fire department arrived, they broke open the statue. We found her. Inside the statue, we found the corpse of 17-year-old Sarah Kruzik. She has been missing for 34 days. Huh. There was a photo stapled to her chest. It was titled, "Last 7 seconds of Sarah Kruzik." That's really unsettling. Why was she so happy? Who did this to her? I have so many questions. But they have to wait. First, I must contact her parents. Huh. Very interesting. And odd. This is Package from Hell. Jackson log number 2. We were able to contact Sarah's parents. Listening to her mother scream in pure despair, it broke me. I needed to give my son a hug when I get home. Anyways, we have received Sarah's autopsy reports. It's sickening. Huh. I wonder what this is gonna be. Sarah's autopsy. Drugs and chemicals found in her system. Salvia divino is okay, a hallucinogenic, muscle relaxant, and induced cardiac arrest. Potassium chloride. He was drugged, paralyzed, then. Okay. Wounds. 7 stab wounds along the abdomen. Forearm bones were removed and was replaced with a 7-inch thick pole stitched shut. Why? Ugh. Forearm bones were inserted 7 inches into the anal cavity. What the fuck? What? Yeah, it's scary. How fast your life can be taken from you. Especially when the world is filled with sick fucks like him. Right. Earlier today when I got home, there was a package on the on our porch. It was labeled from hell. Huh. Oh. Oswald the Lucky Rabbit versus Mechanical Man. You guys see that at the bottom there? God damn. God damn, what the fuck? History of the world. Iron.
A solid iron cabinet with a hinged front.
I
and
hate
an
that fucking
interior
voice.
Coated with spikes, tall enough to confine a person.
The
makes
Iron
up
Mason.
The torture tool known as the Iron Maiden. In the 18th century, the first tales about the Iron Maiden were written. There is no proof that Iron Maidens existed before to the 18th century, despite their reputation as a medieval method of torture. However, there are historical accounts of the Spartan ruler Nabis using a similar tool for extortion and murder circa 200 BC. Ironically, the Abbasid vizier Ibn al-Creation Zayats of a wooden oven-like chest with iron spikes for torture would be applied when he was imprisoned and put to death in 847. Theoretical Iron Maidens, according to Wolfgang Schild, a professor of criminal law history, and philosophy of law at the University of Bielefeld, were built together from relics discovered in museums to make magnificent objects designed for commercial exhibition. In museums all around the world, such as the San Diego Museum of Man, the Meiji University Museum, and various torture museums in Europe, there are several 19th century Iron Maidens on display.
Huh. Wonder why that's important. Inside the package was 3 pictures. The first picture was that of a painting presumably made by the killer, labeled Home. What in the hell is this supposed to be? The second picture was a drawing of a house on fire. Looks more like the house exploded. But whose house is that? I'll send these images to investigators to see if we can locate the house in the drawing. The last picture is interesting. It's a photo labeled Serpent. I hate the knocking, holy fuck. That's him. That's the killer. A very skinny man, no hair, and sadistic smile. Why would he send me a photo of his face? Is he taunting the police? No, he is taunting me. But why? That doesn't matter right now. The killer knows where we live. I need to get Amanda and Jamie somewhere safe. Oh, and before I forget, the date is December 18th, 2011. We got a date? I need to remember to put dates on those. Don't forget. Huh. Intriguing nonetheless, but why did we need to learn about the Iron Maiden? That was kind of random to throw in there. Maybe we'll find out in the future, but this is Trash Bag. And we're starting with more old ass. Okay, holy fuck.
Let her go, oh bless her, wherever she may be.
Huh. Ooh. Ooh. What the fuck? Jackson log number 3. We got a call from the Navarna Museum of Historical Arts. Okay, here we go. Someone had broke into the museum late last night. They had somehow stolen one of the Iron Maidens on display. Okay. I hadn't even taken a sip of my coffee yet, and we already got a call about a missing torture machine. It's been a real strange couple of days. When we arrived on scene, we noticed several windows were broken at the front entrance. Several? But there are no shards of glass on the floor or windowsill. Strange. When we checked the display that was holding the Iron Maiden, the display case was still locked, plus, it wasn't broken in anyway. The Iron Maiden seemingly disappeared. When we checked the CCTV footage, all of the cameras were rebooting from 11:45 p.m. to 12:14 a.m. All except for one camera that was facing the alleyway next to the museum. The camera showed the thief carrying a trash bag to the end of the alleyway, then hiding it behind a dumpster. Okay.
I'm so happy.
What the fuck?
Life's a breeze, picking fruit from off the trees. La 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 la.
Why do they always bring up this?
Howdy. Oh, you startled me. Hello. What are you called?
Why, I'm a...
When we investigated the alleyway, we found a note under the camera that was facing the alley. It said, I was not expecting that. Signed, Serpent. What do we... I quickly found the bag and tore it open without any hesitation. I ended up cutting my hand on a sharp piece of... a sharp piece sticking out of the bag. It's glass. The bag was full of the glass from the broken windows. An odd gift. And right on top of the pile of glass was a photo with writing on it. This was the photo. Help me, oh my god. I hate that. He has a hostage. Hopefully the boy is still alive. Before I could get a better look at the photo, my partner Carter snatched the photo out of my hand. His face turned pale. The boy in the photo is Caden Dust, the son of my partner Carter Dust. Huh. We will get your son back, I assure you. Huh. Wow. That was a that was a twist I was not expecting. Anyways, this is an interview. Just cold interview, okay.
Okay, we're ready to go. Why don't you begin by introducing yourself?
Amanda Spring
My
interview.
name is Amanda Spring, and my husband was Officer Jackson Spring, who, as most of us know, was sadly taken away from my son Jamie and I, a little under 2 years ago now.
Well, Amanda, everyone at the NPD and I are grateful that you are ready to tell the world about the suffering you and your son Jamie have been experiencing since the death of your husband, Officer Jackson Spring. Why don't we start on a more pleasant note before we get into the more brutal topics? Why don't you tell us about how you met Jackson?
Okay. Well, in my final year of high school, I met Jackson. He was having trouble writing an essay that was due the next day. He has always been a slacker. I recall attempting to read his work and seeing several misspellings and graphical flaws. And I felt awful because this essay accounted for 60% of our grade. That means he could have failed the class if he failed to write a strong essay. So I decided to help him in writing a new essay. I was overjoyed from the smile he got from seeing that giant letter A at the top of his paper. After that, Jackson and I were good friends. We used to hang out virtually every day. Then, a few months later, Jackson and I started dating. Who would have thought that 7 years later, we would be happily married with a baby boy on the way? But then, just under 2 years ago, he was taken away from us. I never even got to see his body. I just wish that my son could have said goodbye to his father.
Amanda, I'm deeply sorry for your loss. Though, since we're on the subject, would it be okay if you could tell us about the circumstances that led up to Jackson's death?
Well, it started when he had found the body of Sarah Kruzik, stuffed inside a statue. He found it in an abandoned house in the woods behind our house. Later that night, we received a package on our porch containing several pictures. One of the pictures was a drawing of a house. Jackson thought it was that devil's house. I didn't think so, since why would a murderer send a police officer a drawing of their house? But sure enough, the next day, after they got back from some sort of museum robbery or something, they located the house in the drawing.
Huh.
3 police officers and 1 citizen were killed in a huge gas explosion this morning. We'll transition to Maddie, who is now on the scene, to explain the issue. Maddie.
Thank you, Don. Earlier this morning, investigators were seeking to capture Nathan Kerr, who was wanted in connection with the death of Sarah Kruzik and the kidnapping of Caden Dust, who subsequently became known to be the son of Officer Carter Dust, one of the 3 policemen killed this morning.
Damn.
Officer Dust, Officer Jackson Spring, and Officer Moses McBride were attempting to arrest the suspect when Officer Spring noticed a strong odor of gas within the residence. The suspect then took out a .44 Magnum and fired a shot at his feet. This sparked the gas leak, resulting in a tremendous explosion, killing everyone in the house, including Nathan himself. Though that is all the information we have, we will keep you informed throughout the evening.
Damn.
Okay. I suppose that's all the time we have. Thank you for educating us about your husband's passing. Again, I am deeply sorry for your loss. I hope you and your son may soon find some relief from all of the pain you've been through over the last 2 years.
Can I ask you a question?
Of course, Amanda.
Do you think I can hear the audio from the body cam footage?
Without a doubt. I'll have to contact Chief Kano, but I don't believe he'll have any issues with it. However, because they are currently editing out the visual contents, you may not be able to hear the audio for a few days.
Visual contents? I thought you said they couldn't extract any video files from the camera.
Well, shit. Okay, listen. This information isn't supposed to be known by anyone, not even you. So this stays between us. Apparently, they were able to extract a video from the body cam, but for some reason the footage is black. Apparently
What the
due
fuck?
to some sort of malfunction caused by an electric current from an unknown source. But towards the end of the footage, there is a quick frame flash of the last thing Jackson saw. Before he, you know. Anyways, the point is that that frame is seen as too gruesome for public consumption. So Kano decided to edit out the video file and just release the audio file to the public. Again, I can't stress this enough. This stays between you and me, please.
I see. Well, do you think that maybe you can get me the video?
No, absolutely not. You're not even supposed to know about the video, let alone see it. Hell, I haven't even seen the damn video. Plus, the only way for you to see the video is for me to sneak into the evidence room and take it. I could lose my job.
I hate the glitching. What is this? Is this the footage? Somehow? What the hell am I looking at? Oh my, that hand scared me. How the hell the hand scare me? A knife. A knife. End it all or give up. Huh. Alone. Huh. It's just this for 7 minutes straight? Oh. The end here seems to have something hidden. Huh. Well, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna go get to that other ending answer. Alright, here we are, we're back. Now we're choosing end it all. I was just making sure that this isn't just this for a minute.
Folks, I'm going down
Alright,
to
we have
St.
this again.
James Infirmary. See my baby there, she's stressed out on a long white table. She's so sweet, so calm, so fair. Let her go, oh bless her. Wherever she may be.
What? What? What is this? What is this about? Why do we get this? I thought so. Let me rewatch this real quick. Because something has to be hidden in the captions here. Alright, so
Folks, I'm going down to St. James Infirmary.
this was father's favorite cartoon. Ah, I miss him. Why isn't mother home yet? Oh god. Huh. I'm gonna go check the other one with captions, so I'll be right back. Alright, so we're on to Vromia, just the actual series now. There's two videos as far as I know right now. The other video did not have anything in the captions as captions were disabled, so I'm gonna turn on captions. I should have been doing that for all of these videos.
Locusts are numerous species of swarming short-horned grasshoppers of the Acrididae family. Locust is derived from the Latin word locusta, which means grasshopper. These insects are normally solitary, but under specific conditions their numbers increase and they change their behavior and habits, becoming gregarious.
Living in...
Normally these grasshoppers are harmless in small numbers and do not represent a significant economic danger to agriculture. However, when drought is followed by fast plant growth, serotonin in their brains causes drastic changes. They begin to mate abundantly, becoming sociable and nomadic, loosely defined as migratory, when their populations get dense enough.
Why are we learning about
Swarms of
grasshoppers?
winged adults from bands of wingless nymphs. Both bands and swarms move about, swiftly stripping fields and destroying crops. The adults are strong flyers that may go long distances and consume the majority.
Oh. Service weather statement. National Weather Service, California. 4:30 a.m. The following counties and areas, please evacuate immediately. I can't read those at all. This is December 24th, 2013. This is 2 years after the prologue. May God have mercy on us.
Locusts have caused plagues.
Okay.
The insects were etched on the graves of the ancient Egyptians, and they are described in the Iliad, the Mahabharata, and the Bible. Swarms have destroyed crops, causing famines and human migrations. More recently, modifications in agricultural techniques and improved observation of locust breeding areas have enabled early control methods. Traditional locust control methods include pesticides applied from the ground or from the air, but emerging biological control approaches are proving successful. Swarming behavior declined in the 20th century, but despite contemporary monitoring and control systems, swarms may still develop. Plagues can emerge when ideal climatic circumstances occur and vigilance falls. Locusts are huge insects that are ideal for zoology research and classroom study.
Huh.
Humans may consume them.
Oh, face. I don't know what that says. If anybody knows what this says, could you just tell me in the comments? I hate this, and I do. It's really unsettling. Oh, okay. Whatever that was, I guess. Huh, interesting. This... really? This is credits? How interesting. Huh. That really... I actually like that. Huh. Alright, let's move on to the next video. Alright guys, this one is called Mother. Just Mother. History Museum.
Welcome to the fifth film of the Nirvana History Museum Staff Handbook. Our closing time protocol will be covered in this video. Your role as an employee during closing time is to ensure that our museum is ready to be closed up for the night and that it is ready to reopen in the morning. For an optimal closing schedule, always remember what times we open and close our doors. From Monday to Friday, doors open at 9 a.m. and close at 8 p.m. And
Standard.
on weekends, doors open at 10 a.m. and close at 7 p.m. Now that you have memorized our schedules, it is time to go through our step-by-step process to closing down our museum. But first, it is important to understand the layout of the museum so that you understand everything you have to manage during closing time. Our museum is made up of two segments, Segment A and Segment B. Segment A contains three 360-degree cameras and Segment B contains four 360-degree cameras and one 180-degree camera. Plus, two additional 360-degree cameras located in the employee break room and the stairway leading to the basement. This means there is a total of 10 cameras in the museum. Now that you understand the layout of the museum, let's go through our step-by-step instructions on how to close the museum for the night.
Okay.
First, let's start with Segment A. Step 1 is to turn off all lights.
Got
This
it.
includes all room lights, spotlights, and mobile show lights.
Makes sense.
Understand that the room lights and spotlights can be turned off using the four light switches on the back left wall. But all mobile show lights must be turned off manually. Step 2 is to make sure the room temperature is set anywhere between 15.5 degrees Celsius and 21 degrees Celsius. Failing to set the room temperature to the correct level may cause mold,
Yeah, makes sense.
infestation of cockroaches, ants and locusts, and corrosion. And
Look at the
remember,
locusts.
any damage damage you cause to any artifacts will come out of your paycheck. So try your best to not damage anything. Step 3 is to set all CCTV cameras to night observation mode. Instructions on how to switch the CCTV cameras to night observation mode can be found in the NHMC
okay.
manual
This
on page
seems standard.
114. On certain cameras it is difficult to determine whether or not the camera is in night observation mode or not. So here is a brief preview of when night observation mode
We're gonna
is
see
off
something
or
here, aren't
on.
we? See? Okay, that makes sense. I don't, oh my god. I hate this. It sounds like glass. Ow, my ears. I hate... Ugh. What is this for? My fucking god! Thank you! I'm fighting my temptations to end it all. But I try to keep my mind clean. Hey, it's a cat! I play with Brian. Cute little kitty cat. Look at that little kitty cat. This is a good little cat. Look at that cat. Kitty, 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 cat. Kitty, kitty, kitty. Okay. Cactus. I grow plants. Looks like a... Kinda looks like a bunch of cactuses, but I can't tell. I even go to the church. But mother doesn't like that. Mother hates the church. How odd. There he is. Mother hates me. Little dark. I'm sure mother don't hate you. I feel alone. But I'm not alone. Okay. Hello, door. And bedroom, I think. Mother's always there. By the door? Or in the bedroom? What? Watching me. Huh. Yep. Seems normal. Oh, okay. Dear God. They are... beautiful, yeah. So there's text there. Translate. Text on the bottom screen.
Good job.
Good job.
Now you understand how to lock up the museum during closing time.
Yeah, all
In the
that.
next video, we will go over what to do when artifacts are damaged or stolen.
Ooh, okay, well. Huh. This... for as tame as it was, in some ways it was very effective in being unsettling and kind of just realistically creepy. Well, anyways, guys, that does it for me. So, I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.